Gus. Think they'll come up to cavalry specifications?
Oh, that's a fine batch of horses, Captain. You coming along, then I drive them to town?
No, I've got to take Nell in to get some things for Kent's birthday party. But I'll be there when you load them on the train.
Yeah. Well, Captain.
Yeah?
It's Ruth Grimes and Tim Connell.
Morning, Gus.
Morning.
Morning, Rob.
Morning, Connell.
We got to do something about that nester that's moved into the old Ketchum place, Chris Wallace.
Oh, what's he done?
He's fenced it off, the whole strip, smack between your spread and mine.
You mean he's farming that good grass?
Start a plan already. Only one way to deal with nesters, burn them out.
What kind of talk is that, Ruth? We're not savages.
You got a better way to get them out?
Well, I stand to lose the same as any of you, but I don't believe in taking the law into my own hands.
Look at your hands, Rob. Now look at mine. We never got those calluses by walking in and taking somebody else's land.
He's right, Rob. We built this territory. We took a wilderness and made fine ranch country out of it. You want to just give it up without a fight?
I just want to live and let live. You both better get used to that idea because that's the way it's going to be.
I'm not handing over the range to a thieving nester. I aim to do something about it. Real sudden. Come on.
Pa's using Judy, our horse, for plowing. You want to ride with me? Gee. No, thanks. I guess I'll walk. Why not? Wouldn't you like to? Yes, but we're farmers and you're ranchers. Wait, Teddy. Wait a minute, Teddy. Doesn't make any difference about ranchers or farmers. I like you. You do? Sure. I even want you to come to my birthday party. Will you? Sure, I'll come if you mean it. You're the first one out here who wants to be friends. Ken? Uh-huh. Why do they hate us? Golly, Teddy, nobody hates you. Mickey Grimes and Ned Connell does. And lots of other fellas at school. All the time calling my dad mean nesters and telling us to get out. Oh, it'll work out, Teddy. It always does, my mom says. I hope so. I sure like it out here. If we'd come out here sooner, my mom might still be alive. Gee, she was nice. I bet she was. Where are you from? Chicago. Boy, don't you ever miss it? Nah, and anyhow, the doctor said I needed to get out in the country. Sure costs a lot to fix up our new place. My pa said it took every cent we had. You want to ride with me now? Sure I will. Well, come on then. His dad has that big ranch just over the hill. How do you do, Mr. Wallace? How come you're not plowing? Where's Judy?
Afraid I'm all through plowing, Teddy. Judy's dead. I just buried her.
Dead? What happened?
I went to the house to get something to eat, heard a shot, and when I came out, I found her lying in her traces.
You mean somebody shot your horse? She was the only one we had. How are we going to finish the plowing?
Whoever did it was counting on that. Without plowing, we can't have a crop. Without a crop, finished.
You mean we'll have to go back to Chicago?
I gotta make a living, son. I can get a job in town.
Gosh, Mr. Wallace, if a horse is all you need, my dad's got lots of them. He'll lend you one, I bet.
Your father's a rancher. It's not likely he'll do anything to help a dirt farmer.
Sure he will. When he hears what happened to Judy, I'll ride you over on my horse, Flicka, right now. Why don't you, Pa? Please do it.
All right? I'll have a talk with him.
See you later, dear.
Bye.
Hi, Dad. Mom.
Hey, Todd.
This is my friend Teddy's father, Mr. Wallace.
I'm glad to know you, sir. Mrs. McLaughlin.
How do you do?
Somebody shot his horse.
Oh, what a terrible thing to do. Do you know who did it?
No, I can guess, but I got no proof.
It was Mr. Wallace's only horse, Dad. Now he can't finish his plowing.
Mr. McLaughlin, I just got to have another horse. I can't pay you for it now, at least not till I sell my first crop. I thought you might extend me some credit.
Well, I wish there was some easy way to say this. I really do feel sorry about the fix you're in, but... There's nothing personal in this, you understand? It's just that fences rob us of grazing land. Without graze, we're out of business. Put yourself in my position, Wallace. Would you help me if I was going to ruin you?
But, Dad, I told Mr. Wallace you'd help him.
Well, thanks, Ken. I think I understand, Mr. McLaughlin. Good day, ma'am. Thanks anyway, Ken.
Wallace, I'd feel lots better about it if you'd let me lend you a horse to ride home on. My son could bring it back.
I'd better get used to walking.
See? I told you Flicka wouldn't mind. She's stronger than she looks. Sure she is. Ha, look!
Hey, still at it, eh, Wallace? You're wasting your time, no matter how many new horses you get.
Get off my land, Grimes. I got work to do.
Why, that's Flicka. Ken, what is the meaning of this?
We're lending Mr. Wallace a hand.
A rancher's son helping a nester? Get her out of here and go home.
Not till we finish the plowing.
Unhitch and saddle up, boy. You wouldn't want the same thing as happened to Wallace's horse to happen to Flicka, would you?
Better do what he says, Ken.
And as for you, Wallace, I promise you, we're gonna drive you right out of this state. Rob, since when have you been playing Good Samaritan to nesters?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Chris Wallace. How come your boy's been over there helping him?
Helping him? How?
His horse was pulling Wallace's plow.
Is that true, son?
Yes, sir. It's true. On account of you've lots of times said that neighbors are supposed to help each other. And so, when you turned him down, it was kind of up to me and Flicka.
I see.
But it doesn't matter now. I don't dare take Flicka over there anymore.
What do you mean you don't dare?
Mr. Grimes said she might get killed. Like Mr. Wallace's horse.
Mount up, Ken. Gus, give him that halter rope. Take these two horses over to Mr. Wallace. Tell him he can pay me for them anytime. Just any time at all.
Yes, sir. Come on, boy.
Roof, I'd be very unhappy if anything happened to those horses.
There'll be a lot more than horses to worry about from now on.
Rob, look!
That's the Wallace place.
Ken's there.
Oh, yeah.
There. That ought to help.
Thank you, Mrs. McLaughlin.
Should thank my husband. He stopped you from going back to that burning house.
Don't I know it? You see, we don't have much, and I had to try to save what I could.
You didn't see anyone.
No, same thing as with my horse, but I can guess, though.
Mr. Wallace, you can stay with us for a while. At least until you can rebuild or find another place.
Well, thank you, Mrs. McLaughlin. I'll manage somehow. However, if you could maybe look after Teddy.
We love having Teddy. I sent him upstairs with Ken to help him prepare for his birthday.
Fine. It'll only be till I can get things arranged so we can get out of here.
Well, you're not quitting now after you've already got your land plowed.
Well, you can't grow grain with burned seed, you know.
You kept your seed in the house?
Yes, I thought it'd be safer there after they shot my horse.
Well, we'll just have to get you some more grain. I'll send Gus into town tomorrow with you.
I couldn't let you do that, Mr. McLaughlin.
You'll have to. Where are you going to pay me for those 2 horses if you don't plant a crop? After all, a man's got to protect his investment.
What's on your mind?
You used to be a pretty decent citizen, Roof. Why don't you come to your senses?
What do you mean by that?
This time you've gone too far. Killing a man's only horse, burning his home, endangering his life as well as his son's. Don't try and deny it.
You can talk from now till the well runs dry. But I'm not stopping till that Nestor and any others like him are driven out of this country for good.
That your final word?
No. If you want to throw in with the Nestors, then you'll be treated like one. That's my final word, like it or not.
I don't like it. And don't try anything more on Wallace. If you do, I'll see you're sent up if it's the last thing I ever do. Remember that, Roof.
Roof, how much longer are you going to go on with this?
You trying to say you want out?
It ain't just me. The other ranchers are beginning to feel that way, too.
Well, let him. I said I wasn't quitting till that Nestor was driven out of here, and I meant it.
Well, he ain't getting out. When I was in town, I saw Gus helping Wallace get a new load of grain seed.
You'll never get it planted.
No, over your left. No, to your left. Let over your left. Teddy. No, over your left. Come on, Teddy. No, over your left. Over to your left. Teddy. To your left. To your left. Come on, Teddy. Over to your left. Come on, Teddy. Come on.
They're having quite a time in there.
Thank goodness. I confess, I didn't think any of them would come with their parents feeling the way they do.
Then get set for a shock. Mickey Grimes and Ed Connell just arrived.
That is a surprise. Ken almost had a fight with Mickey for picking on Teddy.
Sakes alive, Mickey. You're still sore at Ken. Why are you coming to his party?
You'll see. What'd you get him?
Just a rawhide belt is all. If I'd had enough money, I'd have got him one of those fancy knives with all kinds of blades.
I know. He's got a screwdriver and a leather punch and a can opener. Willikers, I'd give anything to have one of them.
Even your real Indian bow and arrows?
You crazy? I wouldn't give them away for anything, not even for $1 million.
See, you're bringing Ken a present.
I sure am, and it's a doozy.
Well, what is it?
You just wait till they get loose and the girls start screaming and jumping around.
Oh, what do you want to do that for? You'll give everybody warts.
I'll show him. That Nestor lover. I'll break up his old party. Don't you go blabbing, or I'll pop you one. Come on.
Before I cut the cake, I'm going to make a speech. My mom and dad think we have it pretty good. So just to share our luck, everybody gets a present. Look under your napkins. What's the matter, Mickey? Don't you like your present?
Yeah, Oh, boy. Do I?
Then why are you looking so funny?
I suppose it's because I never thought I'd get the knife I always wanted.
Hey, Ken, open your presents. Let's see what you got. Oh, I got plenty of time for that. We'll be able to play marbles later on.
He went down there.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, stealing Ken's present.
I guess I got a right to take back my own present if I want to.
I don't believe it. Prove it's yours.
Here, see for yourself.
Frogs. What a mean trick. I bet you were just trying to spoil Ken's party.
No, Teddy, wait. I was going to, but I changed my mind. I was just going to get rid of them. Honest. You're going to snitch?
I won't if you come back without him. Hey, Teddy, look at the beautiful belt Ed gave me. Boy, that's neat. It's genuine rawhide, just like the Indians wear.
Here, Ken. Here's my present.
Your real Indian bow and arrows? Jiminy, Mickey, I couldn't take them.
You got to, Ken. You just got to.
Boy.
You want to be friends?
Sure, Mickey, if you mean it. Jiminy, that's the best present yet. Let's all shake hands.
Well, Mr. Wallace, your grain seed is safe now.
Thanks to Mr. McLaughlin.
After a while, we take it over to your place, but right now I want a piece of Kenny's birthday cake. Come on.
Glad the party's over. Now I can clean up the mess.
Want some help?
I certainly do. Hello.
Hope the party isn't over yet.
I should say not. Welcome to the party, Mr. Wallace.
Did you save me a piece of Kenny's birthday
I
cake?
certainly did, and I saved Mr. Wallace some, too. Come on.
Fine. Where's Ken? I brought him a little present.
Well, that's mighty nice of you. Ken's out in the yard showing off Flicka to his friends.
Nice company you keep these days, McLaughlin.
Mr. Wallace, here's your cake. Come and sit down.
Thank you.
I'll get you some ice cream.
What's on your mind?
We came for our kids. They never got permission to come here. I'll whale the tar out of that Mickey, then he'll know enough to stay away from Nestor lovers.
You'll find them both outside with Ken and Teddy Wallace.
Mickey! Mickey!
Grimes going crazy?
Goodbye, Ken. It was a swell party. So long, Teddy.
Son.
Pop.
He's been kicked in the head.
I bet if we get Dr. Tilson, he needs a doctor.
Gus, help me get him in the house.
It's your fault. It's all your fault.
How is he?
Well, he's not dead. But he sure could have been. Dr. Tilson says he's going to pull through all right.
I suppose he knows I killed his horse and burned his house.
Yes, of course he does.
Yet he risked his life to save my kid.
Isn't there something you wanted to say to him?
I must have been crazy not to realize where we're heading.
It's a little late to think about that now, isn't it?
But we'll make it up to him. We'll have another house and seed and horses and all the help we can use. I promise that.
My Pa just shook hands with Mr. Grimes. He says they're going to be the best of friends from now on. Ain't that something?
Sure is, Teddy. That sure is.
Your father's about the bravest man I ever saw, Teddy.
Come on, fellas. Let's all go down to the barn and play Indian with my new bow and arrows.
Yeah.
You know, none of us is without blame. I turned my back on Wallace, too, at first. But it took our sons to remind us there's not one of us that walks alone.